The Local Show, sponsored by Victory in Motion, home of knee repair, not knee replacement, on News Radio 570 WSYR, on 106.9 FM, and live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. The Local Show features in-depth conversation with business owners, employees, and influential business leaders throughout Central New York, exploring their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in our growing community. The Local Show is produced locally by Zoe Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
It's The Local Show on 570 WSYR, 106.9 FM with Tom and Steve. Mostly Steve on that side of the microphone right there. All the love.
Well, it is my microphone.
Kindness. That's right.
Actually, I think I actually paid for that mic. I think I paid for your microphone too, Tom.
That's right.
So,
that's why I say it's your show.
Oh, there we go. It is my show.
It is all the way. Although I'm going to need to get more money because now I've got both of my daughters engaged.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Can you do a
that's
twofer?
something,
Can you like have one big wedding?
No, you know.
Think about that.
Sisters,
that would be efficient.
Sisters never like each other, and there's always that competition.
Well,
so,
never's a big word. Maybe in your family. But.
Yeah, right. Well, they're always going to be
so
sisters.
you're going to have two weddings like next year?
Well, no, because they're going to have to separate, or we won't be able to help them.
Okay.
I need time to recoup money and be able to help them out. So.
Two weddings. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's something though. But two son-in-laws, and then Kelly and I will be really empty nesters if Nicholas stays out of the house.
Well, he's going to Florida here in another couple months, right?
And then he'll be down there. But that's only a 6-month stint. So of course he's saying, I'm down south. I'm going to stay down here.
We'll see. You don't know.
You don't know.
He could end up anywhere.
That's right. So it's a very interesting time. They say that these times. I don't know what they say, to be honest with you. I'm going to have to see somebody for psychological counseling, though. So, anyway, we've got a new person to the show again. This is great. New blood and new businesses and people doing stuff around town. His name is Matt Tyson, and he's the sales manager at Sentinel Security Group. How are you, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Are you from Syracuse originally?
Just outside of Syracuse. I'm from Jordan Elbridge.
Okay. Well, that's not bad. Move up a little bit.
Sure. No problem.
Speaking of Jordan Elbridge, the In-Between restaurant is now a wedding venue, and that's where we're going to have one of my daughter's weddings there.
My sister's first wedding when I was about 12 years old was with the wedding reception
over
was there.
Yeah.
And
beautiful place.
Me and the wife go there randomly for their dinners because they're great.
But you can't go there anymore. It's just a wedding venue now.
It's just a wedding venue.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, new ownership.
It just happened.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So it's pretty cool. But beautiful countryside all the way up. Route 5, is just beautiful.
Rolling hills. It's nice.
Very nice. But. So what got you into this business, and what did you do beforehand?
So I guess in the short and skinny of it, security's always been in my family. My father's done all kinds of monitoring and door locks and all that stuff for pretty much since I was a young kid.
No kidding.
Never really cared about it, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm an artist by trade.
Oh, okay.
I have my own company, which is like a merch company essentially. I make custom shirts, patches, stickers, hoodies, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I do custom illustrations. If you have a business logo, you can bring it to me. I can design it for you.
You're a creative guy.
That's pretty much it. I'm a creative. So that's how I met this company essentially. They came to me for their apparel. I would do their hats, their vests, patches, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then over the time, the owner, Bobby, he mentioned to me that, hey, we're going to be expanding because essentially all they did was just armed security service, like serious,
hardcore
guys, fully armed, all that stuff. And he did just fine with that. And then he decided, we want to make this next move, grow the company, start doing cameras, monitoring services, door locks, alarms.
It's in the same space. Security is security.
Yeah. So pretty much just an
somebody,
expansion.
if you are providing armed security guards and they say, we got to get some cameras before, you're like, you got to get some cameras. Now you're saying, we can help you with that.
Funny you say that, actually, because that's how he started it. One customer just happened to mention that, and he was like, let me get back to you on that. He went instantly, got all of his paperwork and certifications to sell and be a distributor of it. And in that 6 to 8 month period, he was telling me that I want to make this expansion, and are you interested in possibly helping me sell? And I was like, yeah, we'll talk about it when we get there. And then the day came, and he's like, I really want you. I love your sales drive. I'd really love you to sell it for me. And I had it in my background, which we had talked about, and and now we're running with it. So
who needs armed security?
He actually, he saw a niche. He only started in about 2000, it was like 22, 23 era.
Okay.
And he's a visionary for sure. He saw a niche where there's a lot of security officers and security services that are just like regular guys. You know, you could fill out an application on Indeed and go and be a security guard at the mall. He didn't want that. He wanted a more hardcore, yeah, like niche,
professional people with experience in that world.
Exactly. So, and I'm trying not to say badass because I don't know if I can say that, so I apologize in advance if I said that. But basically, a group of guys that, you know, ex-Marines, old, you know, retired cops, or even working cops that just want a secondary job, blah blah blah. So he saw this niche, and at the time, there were a lot of marijuana dispensaries opening. And they all need a security guard. I don't know if anyone out there listening is familiar with them, but if you've ever walked into one, you're instantly faced with this armed security guard. So he saw that niche, and he started making the phone calls, and that's pretty much what grew his business. And from there, now, he was just over at the Lafayette Apartments there, taking care of all that during the rioting because that building caught on fire. People were looting it. So they were basically the armed guys there. If you ever saw anybody driving by, that was them. So so he saw that niche, and he really just grew with it. And
so it's really different. So there's the security guard, no offense, that walks around the mall that's like, hey, and then there's real security. So like Micron and all this development in this area, that probably doesn't need armed security, or does it?
Depends. If you're doing like say, a construction site, that's kind of where we're moving now with the monitoring services. We can set up cameras and a system for you to protect your job site, your tools, and just what you're doing.
It's very important.
But before that, I wouldn't say a job site would need an armed security guard. It would be more for like specific events, concerts, bigger events where you need crowd control. And not anything like the mall or anything like that. So.
But a lot of, good. I was going to say the electronic security is very important these days.
Absolutely.
And especially with the people's ability, I was going to say computer-wise, you know, you don't want people getting into a server room and things like that. And what do you guys, can you do any cybersecurity? Is that part of your
We do offer that a little bit. We're starting to delve into that more. We have a team of technicians that take care of that stuff. So I'm pretty sure when it comes down to it, if we really wanted to do this, you know, cybersecurity, we could. We haven't really delved
not your thing
too much. You got a toe in the water, and you're
So really, right now it's the cameras monitoring, alarm systems like that. I actually just sold a door lock to a liquor store where he was sick of people grabbing stuff and running out the door. So he's got a little button on his counter now that he can press, and it locks.
I do that at the time when we're working on the show.
He locks me in from the beginning.
The same exact. Are you hiring?
No. Well, if you're a serious security guard and you are licensed to carry, that is always an option.
Then you should have a conversation.
Yes, you can definitely come and check because we just kind of weeded out some of the wheat and the chaff there. So there's been a few that have been let go due to some circumstances, but there's always room.
So security, armed security, security, camera security, Sentinel-SG.com. Does that sound right?
That is it, yeah.
Okay, and phone number 8700412. Mike, we appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you. That's Matt, by the way.
That's the Mike. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Terry.
No problem. Thank you.
How unusual, Tom.